the Raj Yoga technique of meditation teaches you that there is something called seen and the unseen. Okay? The seen is the body. The unseen is the energy that moves the body. Like water in a bottle, there are two separate objects. Water in a bottle, tea in a cup. They are two separate objects, but they become one. In the same way, the Raj Yoga technique of meditation teaches you that to connect yourself with your inner self, you have to understand that you are actually separate from the body. That the body and soul are two separate entities. So it's the soul in a body. And that's why when the soul leaves the body, it becomes a human corpse. So what is the soul? The soul is just energy. But this energy is invisible. This energy has many names. Many names. Like my passport has 2 names, but it's actually just me. It's just me, but I have 2 names. What I'm called and what my official name is. Okay? So in the same way, the soul is known as the spirit. It is known as the life force. It is known as the mind. It is known as consciousness. It is known as the spark of light. When people say, the light in me, or the light in him has gone, that is what they meant. So the soul becomes separate from the body. Okay? In Raj Yoga technique of meditation, the soul is learning to talk to itself. Because the soul is an energy that knows how to think. Have you seen a dead man think? Why? Why? Because the thinker has gone. So the soul is a thinking energy. But in the whole day, all the activities that you do from morning to night, you think, scientists say 30, 40,000 thoughts, I don't know. And each of these thoughts are actually units of energy. Sometimes your body is not tired, your body has slept for 10 hours, but you feel you have absolutely no energy. Right? The soul is a thinking energy because all it knows is how to think. Just like the heart. Can you tell the heart, please don't beat for 10 minutes? It can't. So if you tell the mind, which is a thinking energy, you tell the mind, please don't think for 10 minutes. It's not. The Raj Yoga technique of meditation teaches you, you are a soul separate from the body, more powerful than the body, and you are the one that does all the thinking inside the body. You are the one that chooses to see when you want to see, hear when you want to hear. How many of you go somewhere and when you see someone, pretend you didn't see them? You chose it. The one that chose it is actually the soul. The eye see it, but you pretend not to see it. If somebody calls you and you don't want to hear them, you, the soul, uses the ears to hear it, but you chose not to. So it's the soul that uses all the organs or the sense organs of the body. Just like the driver in the car. The car has gasoline. The car is ready with the passenger. But who do you need to drive the car? You need one person, the driver. So the car is full. People are waiting. But if there is no driver. So the soul is the one that drives this car from morning to evening. So the soul uses the eyes to see what to eat, what not to eat, who to do this or who not to do this. The soul chooses what to eat, what not to eat. Today I'm tired of potatoes. Today I feel like having Chinese. Or today I feel like having chaat. It's the soul that chooses. Music, love for music. It's the soul that chooses. This is soft music. This is the heavy metal music. It chooses what it wants to see. Now when the soul leaves the body, you can have its favorite person, favorite food, favorite music. The ears are still there, the eyes are still there. So the Raja Yoga technique of meditation teaches that the soul is a very clever thinking energy. Very clever thinking energy. But it forgot. It lived so much in the body, it thought that it is a body. So meditation teaches the soul to detach itself from the body. Detach itself from the body. Because it's actually, if I want to detach this water out of the bottle, I know what to do with it. Separate it in a glass and it's detached. Right? So if I, the soul, use the power of meditation and the power of my thought, concentrating on myself, who I am, where I am, what am I like, I'm actually in conversation and detaching myself from the body. Like you were detaching yourself from this room to go to your room. Like you were detaching yourself from this room to go to the beach. It's all detaching. And through this process of detaching, using the power of the truth of who you are in the body, the soul is turning inwards into higher consciousness, detaching itself from the body, feeling extremely calm, extremely pure, extremely peaceful. Extremely calm, extremely peaceful. And the soul by itself, when it is detached from the body, is very calm, very loveful, very peaceful. But when it is inside the body, it's very peaceless. That's why sometimes we say to a person who's just left the body, may his soul rest in peace. Did you worry how peaceless he was when he was alive? You didn't. But you say, may his soul rest in peace. Because the soul, the moment it leaves the body, it is very peaceful. But it is in the body, when it is in the body, it is learning 30, 40,000 thoughts in a single day. And you know, briefly, to tell you briefly, what are these thoughts that the soul goes through in a single day? Positive thoughts, negative thoughts, wasteful thoughts, thoughts of waste, and I'm going to characterize them. And then lastly, necessary thoughts. So in a single day, from the moment the soul is asleep in the body, the moment the soul opens its eyes, it says, oh, I need tea, or I want coffee, or some people need a, okay? So that's what they do. They had a thought. They're using their mind to think. Okay? Using their mind. So the soul goes out, has a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, feels energized, and then the soul starts thinking thoughts. Positive thoughts means, I can do, I want to do this, I'm happy. I can be happy, I'm good. Everything in life is good. You're positive. Negative thought is, oh, you know what? What's the point of waking up? It's too cold, it's raining, it's this, or I can't do this, I'm not like that. Or I don't like, oh gosh, today this person is coming. That's negative thought. The soul then has another thought, which is what you call waste thoughts. So the soul starts thinking of something in the morning, let's say very positive, and then by evening, soul thinks wasteful thoughts. Thoughts of waste is characterized when the soul begins to think, you know, if only I was married like this, if only I had a big house, if only I was educated, If only I was rich. If only I had a friend. If only I had a car. If only I lived nearby the center. The truth is you're not. That's the truth. The truth is you're poor. The truth is you're not in a villa. The truth is you don't have a car. The truth is you're bald. Whatever is the truth. But what you're doing is at the present moment losing your energy because you are crying over spilt milk. So the situation happened in the morning or yesterday, but you're carrying the emotion today. That's why in meditation, the soul sits down and says to itself, detach myself from this body, observe my thoughts, relax my body. Take it somewhere to the beach, take it to the park, take it on a cloud, detach yourself, or take it inwards and speak to yourself. I am a soul. My form is a form of light. I am a living being, a thinking being. I am detached from the body. I am peace. I am love. This is the third type of meditation based on the Raj Yoga technique of meditation, that the soul and the body are actually separate. And then when the soul learns to talk about itself, it is detaching itself from the body. And the more you can talk peacefully to the body, or the soul, the more the soul learns peacefully, talks peacefully to itself, the more peaceful it becomes. Just like, have you seen an accident on a road and the person who is actually suffering in the accident is in total shock, surrounded by blood and surrounded by everything. He is in a state of panic and shock. And then you come along and you hold his hand or her hand. What are you trying to tell him to calm him? What are you telling him? What will you tell him to calm him? Everything is okay. You are not badly hurt. You are okay. You are alive. We've called an ambulance. You're going to be okay. Do you know anybody? Can you remember somebody's name? The chances are the person may or may not. But the more you calm him, the more he is able to recollect. So now that person is actually obeying you. You're telling him to be calm, you're telling him you are okay, you're telling him you are peaceful, and that person is actually in a pool of blood. But your voice, your assurance is calming him. And how do you know you're successful in calming him? How will he respond to you? What's the test? His breathing is calm, he's holding on to you. He will recollect his people, who to call, who not to call. What else happens when he is calm?
He will start talking to you, responding to what you're asking.
And he will actually believe you. Now try doing that to yourself when you are in a state of panic. That person believed you. When you say that to yourself, is your mind able to hear you? Is your breath able to release itself? That relax yourself, calm yourself, breathe in and breathe out. You are a peaceful energy. You are peace. You are love. Relax. Why are you upset today? Oh, I am upset because of this. And then the thoughts, the mind will send you pictures of the persons that you are upset